For a while now, I got tired of clearing my 9-to-5 desk just to work on projects. It takes too much time to set up and it makes multi-day builds super annoying. To fix this, I bought a dedicated workbench, but right now it's a mess and the layout is destroying my knees. Let's quickly fix this workspace and then break it in with its first official project, building a custom drill battery-powered soldering station. With the workbench finally cleared off and organized, let's get into the first DIY project for this bench. And also, thank today's sponsor PCBWay for helping me out with this build. While you might know them for custom circuit boards, they actually 3D printed these parts for this custom project. Getting them made was very easy. You just drag and drop your STL files right into their 3D printing quote tool. They offer a massive list of materials, everything from standard PLA to tough engineering plastics, and even metals like stainless steel and titanium. You can even check on any material, detailed specs, photos and customer reviews. For my build, I actually went with a mix of transparent resin, white nylon and black ABS. But whether you're choosing specialized materials or just picking out colors for standard PLA, you instantly get your pricing estimates right there on the page. And if your project ever go beyond 3D printing, they also do CNC machining, laser cutting, sheet metal bending and injection molding. Check out the link in the description to get an instant quote for your next project. And again, huge thanks to PCBWay for sponsoring this build. My previous custom 3D printed soldering station was somewhat of a failure. The iron holder was flimsy and I had to be careful every time I used it. Instead of relying entirely on my own modeling skills, this time I found a great modular Fume extractor on Thingiverse and the soldering iron holder remix that snapped together like Legos with the help of XT60 connectors. I then decided to make my own remix of the base to fit the HEPA module. PCBWay executed the prints perfectly. Fortunately, my custom remix was meh. The tolerances were entirely wrong, so I had to grind away my own mistakes on this resin piece before I could start building. Module 1 is the base. I soldered some 14 gauge wires to the XT60 connectors and wired them to the XHM609 voltage cutoff module, which will protect the battery tool from draining entirely. Then I started securing the connectors with my new favorite tool, a glue gun. But one of my workbench lights completely died. 3 days and one new light later, I finally secured the connectors with a lot of hot glue. Or did I? Module number 2 is the Fume extractor. To stop the 18-volt battery from frying this 12-volt fan, I wired in a step-down module. I used the multimeter to dial it down to exactly 12 volts and then set it to 2 amps, though my new workbench lighting completely ruined the shot of the screen. I added a control knob, mounted the step-down module to the back, then hot glued the next set of XT60s. Next, I bolted the fan in place and cut a HEPA and carbon filter to fit inside. The final module holds my TS101 soldering iron and a brass wool for cleaning the tips. I embedded a metal nut to safely catch the hot iron, and I also wired a simple 2-pin switch so I can cut power to the iron without having to constantly unplug it. The entire system is designed to snap together in series. You can add as many modules as your power source can handle, but in my case, I stopped at 3 modules for now. I connected my drill battery to the base and used the built-in screen to set the cutoff at exactly 15.5 volts so the battery never over-discharges. Then I tried to snap the module together, and the hot glue on the base completely failed. Lesson learned: hot glue does not bond to smooth 3D printed resin. If you replicate this, use a rougher filament or heavily sand the contact point first. After regluing it, I tried again and again, and eventually it held. I hit the switch for the iron, turned the knob for the fan, and it all worked almost perfectly. It seems like when the fan is at full blast, the entire module vibrates and moves away from me. Luckily, I had on hand some silicone nose pads that are meant to be used on the nose holder part of glasses. I stuck a bunch of them to the bottom of each module, and now it's perfect. Let's melt some solder and see how well this actually works. As you can see, the extractor pulls the smoke pretty well, but this 10,000 RPM fan is definitely loud. Listen to this. I have linked the 3D models used for this project in the description, together with my remixed files, and I also fixed the bad tolerance of the base module. You can hit print as is, or rework it yourself if you want. I plan to keep upgrading this workbench and make it as friction-free as possible, so subscribe if you want to see what other things I do to it next. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.